Okay, it's time for the playoff wild card week recap. Never mind that. Because the season's not over. I mean, not all of us are still playing, but you should not ignore what happens because it's very important to see how this thing plays out. So, I'm going to recap for you the games that did happen with a focus on the games that actually mattered. Because as it turns out, Yahoo's added this consolation thing, which is kind of lame, but some of you are playing it, so we should talk about that. All right, let's go with the championship part of the bracket as opposed to the consolation part of the bracket. Game one, basically the two games were mirror opposites. So we had Ruff the Passer and Jamarcus Bentley sitting home this week, game planning. But we had a quarterfinal we had one quarterfinal to determine who meets Ruff the Passer and one to determine who meets Jamarcus Bentley. Now, quarterfinal number one was Brutta Is and Ghetto Superstar. And this was a tremendous display of fantasy football virtuosity. And the other one wasn't at all. All right, so here's how it went. Ghetto Superstar, 7-6 in the season. So eked into the playoffs. Not exactly eked, but could easily have been eliminated in the last week if he'd lost. Here's how this rolled. Andre Johnson, 26. Flacco, 35 in that really strong win over Houston. Miles Austin didn't come up with much, but 11 from Fred Jackson, 18 from Jason Witten, 16 from Marquez Colston, and 16 from Atlanta. 147 points. Nice day. However, Brutta Is had 56 from Schaub in his thumping defeat. 21 from Deion Branch in the game in which the Patriots turned the Bears ground them into powder, basically. 18 from Maurice Jones-Drew, or as I call him, Mojo. Of course, I remember when he was just Maurice Drew. Mo-Drew. That's not the same as Mojo. That's not as cool. So it's good that he added the Jones part. 19 from Derek Mason. 0.00 from Robert Meacham. 13 from Adam Vinatieri. 11 from the Cleveland defense. 153. So I want you to remember this. Playoff game one, 153 to 147. Both tremendous games, but Ghetto Superstar, you had a good season, but it's over, my friend. Well, you can play for 5th place next week. In the other matchup, okay, we're moving to the other matchup. The I faces You Betcha for the right to play Jamarcus Bentley. And this one was kind of ugly. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's it's sort of the way the ball bounces sometimes. But the I got 5 points from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it wasn't his fault. He was nearly killed. And Johnny Knox of the Bears brought shame to his family with a negative .4 points. 15 from LaShawn McCoy, 11 for Jonathan Stewart. Jonathan Stewart still? Oh, that's okay. I thought he was out of the league like a year and a half ago. The law firm of Ben Jarvis Green Ellis got 8 points. 18 from the Baltimore defense for a grand total of 77.2 points. No way he could win, right? Especially when You Betcha got 36 from Drew Brees alone in the 31-13 win. Then it kind of gets ugly from there, frankly. 4 from Stevie Johnson, 7 from Ocho Cinco, 5 from LaDainian in their truly unimpressive loss to the Dolphins. Peyton Hillis with 9.8. Let's see. 0.7 from Zisante Shianko, who still wins the name derby. 4.8. It just 78.5 is the total. 1 from the Tennessee defense. 1. You Betcha wins the game. 78.5, 77.2. Now remember that I've already forgotten who it was. That the other game was 153 to 147. Hey, that's the way it goes sometimes, huh? Anyway, so let's take a look at where the playoffs stand. The I, great season, 9-4 coming into this. Kind of laid an egg this week. Your season, the tribe has spoken. Oh, it's time for you to go. All right, so here's how it goes. Next week, Ruff the Passer plays Brutta Is. Now, Ruff the Passer is the number 1 seed, and Rob is, I think, very confident. Brutta Is, Mike, good victory this week. I think you've got a chance. That's semifinal number 1. Semifinal number 2 is You Betcha and Jamarcus Bentley. Now, Jamarcus Bentley, also strong season, 10 wins. You Betcha, as Lawrence Taylor once said to Jets quarterback Ken O'Brien after a particularly vicious sack, You're going to have to do better than that, son, because next week I don't think 78.5 points is going to cut it. So now, meanwhile, there is a fifth place game, Ghetto Superstar against the Eye. Good luck on that. Now let's talk about the consolation bracket, which is another way of saying the losers bracket. I think we all know that. I think we're comfortable with that. There's one rule about that. You can play, but let me just say, we want to make this rule that if you move players, you'll be killed. I think that's as simple as we can make it. Do not move players. Do not pick up people on waivers. Do not. The thing we want to protect is the integrity of the playoffs as they play it out. By all means, play these games. We had Smell This beating Jolly Rogers. We had Laser Spaniels beating DeBiz. I don't even know if anyone knew that was happening, but there is an actual tournament for 7th place. Who knew? Actually, we'll place all the way down to the last man. So there were buys. Ferocious Fennec has a buy. He's playing Smell This weekend. Laser Spaniel's going up against Snack Tech. I was coming in 12th seed, so I had to have like a play-in game to get to the potential 7th. How pathetic is it when you have to play in for the possibility of winning 7th place? Anyway, that's how that was. Not super exciting. But over in the championship series, it is pretty exciting. Now, I want to bring up one slightly unpleasant topic, which is no one has given me any money this year. So, and I don't even know that we agreed what the stakes were. So my understanding was that we were going to do the same as last year, which is everybody send me a $20 bill, and I will send those $20 bills to the eventual winner of the championship bracket. What do you think? Should we do that? Should we just kind of, I don't know. It's up to you guys. I would suggest that we do that. I think there was kind of an implicit agreement that we would. So write down this address. Jim McCarthy, 1214 East Green Street, Suite 104, Pasadena, California, 91106. Send me a $20 bill, and I will take care of sending the cash, and I do want cash, to the winner. Now, I think the cash thing worked out really well last year because it was nice to get a fistful of dollars for the winner, and made the PayPal and checks and all that stuff much easier for me to manage. So let's do that. If you have any questions, or if you guys don't want to do money this year, just let me know. I know that most of you, including me, have no chance of winning the money, so you're like, well, should I send it in? It's the honorable thing to do. Be a man of honor, is what I'm saying. All right, that's it, folks. Stay tuned. Play your consolation game if you want to. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with that. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.